Hello, Laura.
Hello, Anne. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm so happy to be talking to you as are a multifaceted, skilled person. And so now we're talking about one of your many skills, and that is coaching actors.
Yes.
And it is true that you have a background as an actor, a very successful actor in New York City on the soaps and in plays and commercials and television and film. This is a very, very familiar background that you're bringing to actors who need to, I guess, explore uh, how they can be resilient in that business. I guess that's
Resilient,
one aspect.
grounded, um, competent, successful, um, all the things that one needs in any industry,
Hmm.
but very much as an actor. Also really disciplined. The discipline comes with the training, right? The mind, the voice, the body, the acting skills that a lot of actors study. But I want the discipline in lifestyle, in mindset, in the rigor of um, resilience, being able to pick yourself up over and over and over and over again without falling into the traps that the industry lays out on a carpet. Here, take your medley of things that you could fall apart doing so that, just a few people make it because it's so difficult.
I agree. I remember we had a bunch. I was in a company called Half a Dozen Broads at one point.
Okay.
We wrote comedy and did improv and had a little following. We had a lot of fun. It's kind of a sorority at this point. And one of them, you know, we all used to. I remember her. She would often go get things, and another actor in the group described her as having a killer instinct
Hmm.
for being successful. Like she had a sense of how to do it, you
She
know.
knew it. She knew how to do it. Right.
And
There's
that's
a
rare.
It's rare and it's so important. I know when I've nailed in on an audition, whether you get it or not. I know it's an inner knowing that I nailed it. And I also know when I don't.
Yeah.
And it's a quality. It's a sense. And to nail it takes so much rigor. It,
Yes.
it, it it's not just well, sometimes I'm not going to take it away from your acquaintance who was able to just do it. Maybe they just had it innate within them. That's fine. I'm not going to say no to that. However, there is a qualitative difference between when you book something and when you don't. And that difference is can be replicated.
Replicated in what sense exactly?
So right. So when we want to be successful, there's it's everything and from um what did I eat?
Right.
Did I work out too hard? Did I get a good night's sleep? Who did I talk to beforehand? How much did I rehearse this? How much did I know it? Where am I hormonally? Do I have a migraine? Am I listening to the chatter in the audition room or am I staying focused?
Mhm.
Right? That's such a big part. And right? And
Concentration, yeah.
the all of it. And then there are the things you don't control, the mood of the casting agent or the mood of the team of people who are booking you for a commercial or something or for a Broadway show, the team of people. And it's interesting because years and years ago, I used to do pageants. I did a lot of pageants in my life. And then I was asked to judge pageants on the
Uh-huh.
national level.
Really?
And it was
No
very,
idea.
it was, yes, this is when I was doing the daytime. And so judging the pageants was interesting because I knew there was only one winner.
Right.
I knew it. Like there was only one person who was going to win the pageant. There was only one person who was going to play the role. And so when that magic or when that alchemy comes together, you book a job. Your career changes, your life changes. You can only do your part, just like in any relationship. But the discipline of doing your part, which Anne, as a breakup and divorce and relationship coach, you know, I always bring this back in. You can only do your part, and that mindset, that discipline, that's yours. That's your part. That's your accountability. And so that's no different in acting. That's no different in any business.
Accountability.
The accountability and treating yourself with such respect and treating yourself with such dignity, that's what goes missing in the starry-eyed, getting caught up in the image of it all world of success. And I think that's why so many people don't make it.
Yeah. And having somebody in their corner to remind them of the habits of discipline and rigor and concentration and resilience, like what the habits actually are.
What they really are as opposed to what you think they are, or or that you don't need them.
Yeah.
Like, or that you don't need them, or that what I'm talking about is just serious. No, it's not all serious. It's self-respect. It's not all serious. You're allowed to take time off, but what are those choices you make on the day that you take off? What's going to happen? Is it going to affect you emotionally, physically? Like for example, let's just tie this to somebody in a marriage. There is a discipline and an accountability when you commit to a marriage of, for this example, monogamy. And you might be at work, you might be on a vacation, you might be at a conference, and the chemistry between you and somebody else is just hot, 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 hot. You have a choice. Am I going to go take the day off and pretend I'm not married? Pretend I don't have this agreement of monogamy, and I'm going to go have a hot time with this person and just let it all go?
Hmm.
Oh, the ramifications of that are going to blow back big time,
Yeah.
right? So the same thing
What?
as an actor.
Yeah.
Am I going to let it all hang out on my day off, or am I going to stay grounded and remember what really matters to me? To me. What are my goals? What are my intentions? What are my agreements?
Hmm. And am I living them truthfully?
Am I living them in a way that's going to serve me?
Hmm.
And that can still be joyful and fun. You can flirt all day long at a conference. I have flirted many, many, many times with co stars, and many, many, many times at conferences or at shows and events or at appearances or at, at conferences or something that I was doing, and still went home, right? Still went home.
Right.
I didn't cross the line because the price, the blowback would have been too much, too destabilizing.
And you're talking about being rooted in your values. So,
I think it's values, and I mean, yes, and we can have opposing values. I can want to be really, 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 really healthy and still really want to go party with my friends. That's fun for me.
right.
But one of them is going to serve you, and one of them might not. So it's more than values. It's agreements we make with ourselves and with others. It's accountability to ourselves and others. It's where do I want to go? And committing to yourself with that.
And knowing that even though, it might be fun to go out and look, sometimes numb the pain of
Sure.
rejection. Let's just
Yeah,
be like
sure. Of
pretty
course.
truthful about that.
Yeah.
Is that really going to serve me in the long run?
It's only going to create more bad habits, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But how do you deal with that? How do you build that emotional resilience? I think that goes to some of the conversations that we've had about resilience and why having a coach, a life coach for actors in particular, in this service that I provide, because I understand the space so well, why it's so valuable, why it's so important. Anyway, thank you, thank you, thank you
Oh,
for
you're
chatting
welcome.
with me about that today.
I think had I been when I was a young actor, if I had somebody like you in my corner reminding me of my purpose and how to achieve it, and just helping me stay connected to my agreements, would have been extremely helpful. So
Yeah,
I'm happy that you're providing this service. It's great.
thank you. Yeah, it's deeply meaningful to me. Yeah,
I can
thank
tell
you.
that. Yeah. Yay.